like this. Okay, we will have 5 lectures. The first 2 of these lectures are pretty easy. It's the level you need to write any scientific articles or presentations, so it's user level. The third lecture is some kind intermediate. It's advanced users, but still I use it as a user, but it is upper level. And the last 2 lectures, we increase the level and we will talk about how TeX is working inside and how it is compiling and what a wonderful but pretty dirty thing you can do with LaTeX. My name is Anton Leoznov. We have co-instructor Petr Borisovets, and 2 TAs, Anna Kuzmin and Pavel Litvin and Pavel Kuzmin. So this is about our course. We will have in-class tasks. These tasks are supposed to done when they are given for you. We will have breaks for this, and this task will be, most of these tasks will be 2 levels. The first level is basic, so we hope everyone will make this task. And the second level is advanced. It's for those of you who already maybe know LaTeX, or those of you who are just weaker, or too curious to stop on basic level. We will ask you to submit this exercise via Canvas, but in general we will ask to submit just PDF, so not the source code itself. Yeah, this is all about the introduction. Yeah, okay. This is our plan for today. And let's start about some technical stuff. Okay. First, these lectures will have 2 versions. First, that we are telling now for you the in-class version, and the second is for out-class reading. The second version will have less breaks and more information. In the version that will become out-class, there will be a lot of footnotes, and these footnotes contains the source of the comments and etc. And sometimes some wonderful things about how this slide was produced by itself. So if you are interested, you are glad to take it. Okay, next we have some magic. I have this hat. And this hat means that I will tell some beautiful things about LaTeX, but it is not common use, and we will not dive into it in the class. So you will just see that this stuff can be happen in LaTeX, but not understand maybe how it's called now. Okay, next. We will have some exercise, and they will be mentioned like this. And our choice already was presented. At first, let's start from the general perspective. What is LaTeX and why to use it? Honestly speaking, LaTeX has a lot of cons. It's slower than Microsoft Word. It's harder to make some arbitrary and etc. And when I was researching stuff, I was thinking that LaTeX is very beautiful. I like LaTeX, but I was thinking that it is quicker and it is cheaper for me to write by LaTeX. But the reality says that it's not. It is slow and maybe less convenient. But people who write in LaTeX enjoying using itself more than any else software. And maybe the enjoyment is the thing that we want all of us. So what about cons, pros? At first, about equations. The equations of LaTeX is the standard worthwhile. You can find this syntax not only in LaTeX, you can find it on GitHub, on Obsidian, on Jupyter Notebook, and maybe anything else when I don't know. Then LaTeX is very essential when you want to build something complex but typical. LaTeX is about to set the rules and then follow the rules. So if you have those rules, it's good for you. Then, what is it called? Yeah, you maybe love text files. Text files are good for, to version control, to run them on some local device, and etc. And yeah, there is a common belief that LaTeX is used only in academia area, but it is wrong. To see this LaTeX, Piotr, I think you're ready for the first exercise. To see the power of LaTeX, I want you to see these templates, some of the slides. Piotr Borisovets will send the exercise 1 in Telegram chat right now. So just spend a few minutes to go to these links and understand what can be done by LaTeX. So all this PDF that we will send, the exercise will be the last page, and we will start from the first page for this total exercise. Okay. So just go ahead. I will wait for a few minutes for you to check the links. Maybe I'll do it by myself, just. Maybe this is the right time to show you my CV. My CV was done in LaTeX too, and I think it's quite beautiful, maybe not all, but I really like it. And this is done by LaTeX, but I can't do this in Microsoft Word or something like this. Do we need more time to see these URLs? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's go forward. Yeah. In now this year, LaTeX is it's truly more for scientific research and something like this. But and Microsoft Office have a lot of ideas from LaTeX, and you can write any scientific document, well, not any, but most of scientific documents in Microsoft Word. But if you need some complexity, if you need some beauty, then LaTeX is your choice. And more or less, LaTeX is pretty old language, but it's become bigger and better and better from one year to another. We have some online tools. We have well, ChatGPT that can help you with some comments, and you can, we will soon have LaTeX free. Well, this slide is from 280, and they will be, and it's still actual, but I hope we will have LaTeX free sooner or later. This illustration shows the complexity of LaTeX for a pretty simple document. It's no use of LaTeX, but for documents that is a structure a bit bigger, LaTeX is a choice. For example, I have another ICP course this winter, and I have presentations in PowerPoint because I just don't need this complexity. So what do you have? We have, well, we're speaking about LaTeX, we actually think about 4 stuff. TeX, LaTeX, HeLaTeX, and LoTeX. Let's begin about the essential about our course naming LaTeX. LaTeX is just some macro extensions based on TeX. So the TeX is a core, and LaTeX is just something you run above. Well, it's maybe you can understand it like C and C++, but you know it's not the same. But maybe something like this. So when we are talking about all this friendly user stuff, it's LaTeX. Then TeX is a typesetting system designed by Donald Knuth, well, long before about 50 years ago, I think. It was, well, it's a pretty funny story. Donald Knuth want to typeset his book, and he was upset of how typography was in the typesetting company. So he invented a whole language just to make his typeset his book more beautiful. I think it's a really programming skills, programming set of mind. And also we have HeLaTeX and LoTeX, the extensions. HeLaTeX is a typesetting engine, and because LaTeX was invented far, far away ago, it has own fonts. But if you want your fonts that you install in your system, like Arial or Times New Roman, something like this, you need HeLaTeX, and this is de facto the standard version of LaTeX. And also, LoTeX is some extension with a Lua script engine inside it. Some sources. If you're a Russian speaker, the must-have for you is набор and верстка в системе LaTeX, Lvovsky. This is the one book you need to read if you are a Russian speaker. I don't know was it translated on English or not, but I hope so. If you're an English speaker, maybe the best starting point is overleaf learn. This is a wiki for all LaTeX you need. Well, and don't mention our course. Yes, our course is the best point to start, of course. Interesting links that you can see. It's a question about TeX. It's about some pictures and so on. LaTeX is a language, so it must be compiled anywhere, somewhere. And there are 2 ways to compile it. First, online. Second is offline. We will, if you are already familiar with LaTeX, you can use offline compilers. But in our course, we will use overleaf. Please raise your hand who are not registered in overleaf yet. Okay, please do it right now because we will have task today. So we will use overleaf, and I mentioned Papyri as a tool. because of two things. First, I used to work there, so it's just interesting CV point. And second, if you have a very long time compile document, Papiria have upper limits at overleaf. For example, we had problems with compile this lecture in overleaf because we have free plan, but it will be okay for Papiria to compile it. But if you just want to use LaTeX and don't think about anything, use overleaf. It's enough in most cases. And it's really beautiful online editor. Okay, first steps in LaTeX. To understand what LaTeX is, we need to understand the difference between two approaches. First approach called what you see is what you get. Who can tell what it is and maybe have some examples of what you see is what you get approach? Please raise your hands and answer. Do anyone know this abbreviature? No one. Okay. So what you see is what you get is very simple. It's Microsoft Word. It's a beautiful example of what you see is what you get. Because you type something, and if you print it, it will be exactly the same. So what you see on the screen while you're typing is what you get. Is what you get when you print it out. So it's just typical illustrative stuff. But another approach is not what you see is what you get. And there is a very, very famous system based on this approach. You see the result of the system anywhere. Can you guess what is the famous example? It's not you see is what you get. Tips, it's you see it when you go to the internet. Yeah, HTML. Who said HTML? Who said HTML? I saw. Oh, someone of you said it. Okay. What you see is what you get. Not what you see is what you get. It's HTML. Please raise your hand who can read HTML, who once in his life search this page, who can understand what is there. Who can? Okay, about more than half of you. But if you never go to HTML, if you never saw it, then let's start to read. Let's start from HTML. What we can see, we have some text, we have meta information, for example, the encoding. We have style information that headers will color to red, and you see the header is colored to red. You see some tag that tell you that this is a header. So this is header, you see that it's big and something like so on. You see the tag that something is italic. You see the regular text and you see the comment. It's pretty simple. You can change color by using CSS file. Maybe the one of most interesting stuff that I understand when I was preparing to this lecture, then the CSS things that we used for a while, it was inspired by TeX. It is pretty interesting for me, I think. Okay, now for those of you who see HTML, it will be easier to understand LaTeX. It's more or less the same structure. We have some preamble, that we have some meta information. So that it will be articles, that it will be A4 size, that will have such kind of font size. We will have some packages, so some meta information. And then we will have a document, and inside the document, we understand that the header is the section, and this is we understand that there are some italic document, italic word by text it. We have the word and we have comment. So I'll leave this slide for a minute for you to understand, to see these connections. Please try to show how each of these of the line to the left are connected to the line to the right. So this stuff is just preparation, section. So this is bigger and have another color. We have text italic, yeah, and comment. Okay, is there any question about this slide, about why the code is processing something like this? Yeah? No. This is working code, so no, it will work like this. And we also can change the title color by something like this. Okay, and this slide is comparing about HTML and LaTeX. Just again, for those of you who are familiar with HTML, it is a good starter point to understand LaTeX. For those of you who are not familiar with HTML, this is just two bullshit slides, and sorry for this. So this is pretty simple. So meta information, header, italic, some word break, comment. The things that can change style, the things that can change style. And I asked Peter to send you the next document. Now please go to overleaf. Click there to produce a new project and try to compile something like this, just to understand that it is work for you. It's just the basics. So we are waiting, and Chase will help. Me and Chase will help you to compile if there are any problems. Go to overleaf and compile the document. Peter sends this exercise to the Telegram chat. So if we have any questions, just raise your hands and some of Jay will help you to understand. So go to overleaf, new project, blank project, for example. Oh, by the way, кстати, какой у меня тут самый? Oh, yeah, you may have some problem. You may have problem, I just forgot about it. Go to menu and switch from PDF LaTeX to LaTeX. This is the stuff you need to do. Yeah, so just go to menu and switch to LaTeX. So I tell you that it is the standard, and the difference between PDF LaTeX and LaTeX is the fonts, but the fonts is the stuff you have some, because you have some errors. What? Sorry, what's the difference once again? The difference between PDF LaTeX and the LaTeX is the fonts usage. PDF LaTeX have their own font system that was produced back in 1990s, and the LaTeX can use the regular fonts that are used in your system. For example, Arial, Times New Roman, and so on like this. So we need for everyone of you to compile this document. So if you have problems, please raise your hands. And the document you need to compile, it was sent you to Telegram chat. If you don't see it, just raise your hands again. So again, you need to open overleaf. You need to use a new project. You need to have this PDF we sent you to Telegram chat and use the last page of this PDF. Then you go to this PDF, copy it, put it there, and recompile. Sorry, LaTeX. And you will see something like this. If you see something like this, you are the champion. Who else has any problems? Okay, please now raise your hand who are still doing this. Okay. Okay, you can just copy it. Yeah, it's just copy and paste. You just remove this and yeah. Any one of you need help? Okay. So please raise your hands who done this stuff. Raise your hands if you are ready. Raise your hands if you are ready. Not all of you. So what about you? It's okay. About you are ready? Okay. So everyone is ready. Okay. This is essential stuff to go further. So it's great that you all done this. Let's go further. Now you can see this document that you compile, and let's talk about document structure. We saw it already in general way before, but now let's dive into it. First, you have some document class. It's the major settings of your document. For example, other document class may be book or presentation. Then you have some style files. Style files are less general, more specific libraries or packages like any programming languages have. So they add some style or some commands. Then we have some settings. We may have some variables, and this is all in the preamble. It's all meta information that will be printed. And then we have a document, begin document, end document, and the text itself. So everything that will print in this document is just the two last lines. Okay, who understand the document structure? Okay. Who understand it? Who can see that it's not just any commands, but they have meanings? Okay, who have some problems with it? Nobody, okay. Okay. Document structure. Let's tell about it more. So we have about lots of document types and lot of options for this. I will not tell it by loud, but you can just read them. So presentations, books, articles, and so on, different font size, different number of pages, different number of columns, and so on. They are all done by this document class. Also, we have some packages. You can see it in your own code. there's one package called font spec. It's a package for some that loads some fonts, and packages may have some options. So this package name is the last, and there is optional unnecessary arguments. Now, Петь, по-моему, please check that it is the slide you need. Please write this stuff before begin document and recompile document. Write the stuff before this before begin document, recompile it, and check what will happen. Piotr sent you this PDF, yeah? Okay, yeah. So recompile it. It must be put it before begin document and see the difference. Okay. Who already done? Who sees this? Okay. Who has any problems? Yeah. Okay, any problems? Okay, please, we have enough TAs, so if you have problems, some of TA can come to you and help. Raise your hand, do you have any problems? Okay, let's go further. So, who can tell what's happened when you add this package and these lines? Yeah? Yeah, we change these parameters. And the geometry, so what we done? We have the geometry package that's responsible for these changes. And then we set it up. That's all. We told that the main difference between LaTeX and Microsoft Word is that Microsoft Word is what is what you get editor and LaTeX is not. And how LaTeX understands what you want to do, it can understand you only by some commands you write. The basic syntax of this command is this. You have a command name, optional argument, necessary arguments, and it may be k-value, it may be just positional, and so on. Let's see some stuff. We have some command symbol. For example, what do you think the first command symbol, this dollar, what is this command for? Now, what will be happen if you write dollar without a backslash, that it will be formula, but if you write it with backslash. Yeah, it will put a dollar, it's a equalizer symbol. Command words LaTeX, since, and something like this. One of you ask why when you write LaTeX with lower he, it produces an error. It's just because the command is this stuff. This command is case sensitive. If you write unknown command, it will know how to produce it. And also LaTeX has some environments. Environment is something that starts with begin and goes to the end. And you have one environment in your document. Do you see it? What the environment is in your document? Who can name it? The environment inside your document. No? just louder. Yeah, you'll have the begin document and document. This is one of the environments. Another environment we will use today is this stuff, begin equation and end equation. As it's sound, it produces some equation inside it. And now the most prolongated part, we will dive into LaTeX. And start with text. First, please, Piotr, send the link if you want. Just use document and write any text inside it, any text inside it. Just see how text is compiled. By the way, you can see the progress bar there. This progress bar is start at the beginning of section and then at the end of section, so you can feel when the section will be ended, if you are interested in it. So I'll do it with you. Yeah, just use any of text. Is just because I'm too lazy and I want just copy paste. But you can use any of text and put it there and recompile it. It's just simple. Just put text and recompile. Nothing harder, just. No, you can leave geometry, you can get rid of it. You can comment it out. So if you just can comment it out by the stuff the same way you comment anything in any IDS. Control plus / will comment it, and control plus / will uncomment it. So you can just comment it out. Okay, so the text was done, I hope. Who need more time to write any text inside it? No. Okay, let's go further. Oi, sorry. So text is just text in most cases. So you write this text, you see the text. But where is, as a dog driving? I don't know, is dog dives in the English, but what is the text? Make this exercise, please. Piotr I don't remember, do I have such slide? But if I have sent it, just use this text you write down and do the following. Add some spaces anywhere. So go ahead and just put it there and recompile from one line to another line to see the difference. So the point is to see how LaTeX is working with spaces, with attribute number of spaces. If you have any questions, then ask TAs. We will have about several minutes for you to do this. A question about percent. What I mean that please see the difference between stuff. This is one thing, and this is another thing. So percent is just there. See the difference between if this percent is if there is this sign or if there is no sign. You will see the difference. Okay, who already finished the stuff? Please raise your hand who already finished. Okay, most of you. Well, then I think we will go further because it's just exercise to feel it. Let's go. So, about spaces. First of all, that multiple spaces are ignored, multiple lines are ignored. If one new line is just a space. So this may be the most annoying thing for me when I write in LaTeX because I just how it's called. I just used to that I have a new line and this is a new line in document. But in LaTeX you need 2 new lines to make a new line in document. This is most annoying stuff. You can have percentages and something like this. If you need a paragraph, you need 2 new lines, or you can use a command called par. You see this command par, it will have a new paragraph. But if you will have more than 2 lines, all other lines will be ignored. There are some indents, you see it in the big start of the paragraph, but you can ignore this indent, just write no indent. No indent means no indent, it's just simple. In case you need more symbols, the easiest way to do it, it's the way you see in the screen. So backslash and then space produce more space, and 2 backslash produce vertical space. It's the simplest part, and we will call about more attributary parts, more attributary space at the last lectures. Yeah, by the way, you will have all this lecture in the chat. The tricky part, another tricky part, is when the command has no arguments, it will eat the space. You see the first line about there is a space between tag and book, but no space in the result. It's because the tag has no argument. It's another tricky part. Let's go further. There are some fonts. A normal font, uprise font, italics, lancet, and small capital shape. You can use it by the commands. There are some, it's called series. And there are some, it's called gratitude. So some of these are pretty used, for example, bold and italic. Some of them are not so used. For example, I never use small caps shape, but it's soon you can use it if you want. There are some sizes, and I really like the stuff about LaTeX that you can call it huge, and it will be huge, and if it's called huge, it will be a little less huge. And see the brackets between, so you start this bracket, then use command, some text, and then add another bracket. These brackets are make command, tell LaTeX where to end this command. If you don't write this another bracket, the command will be going to the end of the document. If you want to use default, you use normal font and normal size. And you need to understand the idea of groups. So all of commands of LaTeX are local. If you study any programming language, you see what is, you know what is local variable. Who understand what is local variable is? Local variable from any programming language. Okay, not all of you. So local variable is a variable that can appears only, not globally, not in the whole document, but only in a part of it. And in LaTeX, you can say this, the command you use will appear just for a part of the document using the groups. And the group is something between backslash, something between braces, something between begin group and the end group, something between dollars, something between environments. All of this tell LaTeX that it is a group. In LaTeX you have enumeration, so begin enumerate and then item to enumerate. And this is maybe enumeration, maybe itemize. If you need, if you are right in some Latin language, then it's you're lucky for LaTeX because all you need is some accent, and you can do something like this. If you write Russian, so this is a shape. I'm sorry, but LaTeX need some magic things to support Russian language, and it's mostly done with fonts and different between LaTeX and PDF LaTeX. In LaTeX you need to use package polyglossia and set default language Russian, and then set main font that supports Russian. In PDF LaTeX you need to use font Bible and say that you want Russian language. Out of the box, LaTeX not support Russian. So we are great that Skoltech is English-based university because I don't need to support Russian in my presentations, you know. Okay, and now we have more, how it's called, more time-bound tasks. So this is two-level tasks. Piotr will send you this the part of his presentation. In level one, I hope it's majority for all of you, and I hope all of you can understand how to write it down. Please recreate these texts. In level two, well, there are a few more. Piotr will send, you sent it? Okay, so in your Telegram chat, there are a new document. These two exercises are the last 2 pages of this document, and you can use all of the information appears in the presentation before, and try to create first level 1, and then, if your curiosity, level 2. So we will wait, and all of you will create level 1, but we'll not wait for all of you to create level 2. Again, if you have questions, ask TAs and they will help. And for TAs, I remind that in the helper document, there are the source code of this task. So if you're interested, you can just see this source code. So there was a good question. Do you need to use the information from this slide and Google some other fonts? No, you don't. You don't use the other font, you use other shapes of a font. So everything you need is the stuff located there, and there. So just like this. You don't need to Google any other fonts. These 3 slides and enumerations will be enough for you to do the task. Two questions for perfectionism, thank for them. First, about this triangle. You don't need to reproduce the triangle, it's okay to use this stuff, point. And the difference between triangle and points is the difference between how LaTeX see itemize in presentations and in document. And the second one is about this indent. You don't need to look at the indent, just use enumeration and how it's produced, that's okay for you. Okay. About this triangle, no, you don't need to change the colors of this enumeration. Who already done the level 1 task? Okay, level 1 task already done it. Not all of you, so we are waiting, and please raise your hand if you have questions. Don't forget to try enumeration. Okay, who done the level 1, you can do the level 2. Yes, level 1 task is pretty straightforward. We suggest that you can recreate it as it's typed. So use bold size, use it for 1, you use italic for 2, use enumeration, use itemize. And the second level is more attributary. You can make it not exactly like it's sound, but something like this. Who else have problems with level 1 task? Who don't done this level 1 task yet? Please raise your hand. Piotr, can you who else has problems with level 1 task? Не можешь подойти. Who else has problems with level 1 task? Again, please raise your hand. Who has problems with level 1 task? Piotr, please. This man after you. And everyone. Okay, we'll have about a minute or two to finish level 1. Who already done level 2 task? Level 2. Oh, you done? Okay. Bunch of you? Okay. Okay, about a minute. We are waiting about a minute, and then we'll go further. Okay, let's go further. And well. Boom. Piotr, I need you suggest. What do you think about break now or later? Okay, we will have a 10 minutes break now until 70:30, about half past 8. So past 5, about half past 5, past half. Okay, 10 minutes break. And you can go, and then we will return about and go. Let's go further. We pass more than a half. We will have just 2 more topics. And one is about how to input some external things to LaTeX. And the second is how to input the math in LaTeX. And math is the most brilliant, most essential stuff in whole LaTeX. Let's go further. What can you input? You can input this stuff, text files, figures, tables, or code. The most frequently stuff that you input is figures because you need them in your scientific articles, or sometimes it's tables. It's less frequent, but still, for example, I have several tables in my thesis. At first, input some other text is just simple as write input and text file. So that's all. Why you may need to input another text file in your main text file? Just to separate the logical stuff. For example, you write your thesis, and you have chapter number 1, chapter number 2, and at center, and you separate them to different text files and work with them individually. That's all about including text files. Now about including graphics is the most frequent stuff that you will do in LaTeX, and a most tricky part. Because, well, to input graphics by itself, it's very simple. You need a package called GraphicX. You can add a path to your images, and you just use include graphics. Include graphics have a bunch of optional arguments. For example, you can use width, and you can specify width and height. You can add keep aspect ratio, so it will not be slash. And you can use file name, and notice that there is no extension on this file. If you have only one file name with of graphics, LaTeX will just understand that you ask for this graphic. So no PNG is required. The tricky part. Welcome to the tricky part. Tricky part is floating. Just a moment. If any of you ever see any of scientific article, do you ever see the scientific articles, any of you? Do you read any scientific articles or maybe some scientific books? Yeah, you see that these graphics are usually on the top of the page or maybe in the bottom of the page. So rarely they appear in this place where they are linked to. Do you remember this? This is all typical stuff for academia. And in LaTeX, you can do it by use floating environment. What does it mean? You use, so the graphic is still include graphics. You use begin figure and end figure, and you may use some capture. And if you see, first I write then I use this code, then I use but in the compiled figure, these letters are below, not where this figure appears. And also you can see that you have a number of figures, but there is no numbers there. No, LaTeX put these numbers by its own. Okay, what is this strange fart TBP? You can ask LaTeX to put a figure where you need. But you know, the LaTeX is a boss, so you can't just order him to put the graphics where you need. You just can ask and pray for text to so the tech will listen to you. And you can ask to put it to top to bottom to separate page, or you can ask to use it in place. You can ask this edge with how is mark called? I don't remember this mark. Okay, so you can use edge, you can use h, you can use h, and you can use, as I remember, this stuff. This is how it is up to him, up to program, where to put it. Okay, let's go further. So, yeah, about floating and about chips. Tables can be floated by itself too, but you don't use begin table. You don't use begin figure and end figure like in there was in caption in figure. You use begin table and end table. The most popular tables environment in LaTeX is tabular. And I'll leave this slide for a minute to make you connect between this strange stuff and this result. Please take a deep look and try to understand how this is related to this. Yeah. The difference between the little h and the big h in the figures is how it's called настойчивый. Yeah. So how sure you are that you want to put it in place. So if you use low h, is just please put it in place, but it's never mind. But if you use a big h, you put it in place. In LaTeX, there are a lot of stuff. You see this large with capitals that's run in capitals is larger than large that is in lowercase. So it's LaTeX. There are some stuff like this. Well, okay. Let's understand the slide. We'll go there. These two vertical lines is connected to these two vertical lines. C is connected to center orientation there. This vertical lines is this vertical lines. CC is first C is this column center. This C is this column centered, and this slash, this line is this. So this hash line is this hash line. This hash line is this. There is no hash line there, so there is no line there, and hash line at the end, and the end. Yeah. This is just what you can do with tabular. Yeah, you can use preamble. Yeah, thanks. So the double backslash is the next line. Double backslash is the next line. Ampersand is the next cell. And you can use not only C, you can use also L, R, and C. And you can use P size to make paragraph with some sizes. LaTeX is awful for for table users, because tables you need to understand where this one cell or another and something like this, and LaTeX is not what you see, is what you get editor. So if your table is big, it's really hard to understand where are you there. Hopefully there are some stuff to help. One of this I mentioned there, tables generator, you can use a table and see this table, and it will produce a text. And someone over here mentioned that there are also a site that produce LaTeX table from Excel file. I don't know what it is, but who was mentioned about Excel? Okay, if you remember the slide, you can put it to Telegram chat and it will be great. Yeah. So, but why you need to use tables in LaTeX? First, because maybe you have all documented LaTeX, and second, because it still can add some maths, some figures, and so on, all LaTeX stuff inside. For those of you who are from CDICE, None of you from CDICE, yeah? Okay. For those of you who want to add some code to LaTeX, first you need to know that it is really annoying because everything becomes fragile. What I will not tell what it means. But still there are 3 packages: Verbatim, listing, and minted. Verbatim just will print as it is. Listing will try to color it, but made it rather stupidly, and minted color it, but made it more professionally. So most of the code I used in the slide was colored by minted. Some additional materials, and it's time for my magic hat. Magic hat is there. So now I will tell you some additional material. I will focus on pictures that we produce, but not on how it is produced. And this will be some magic. Let's go. You can wrap graphics and make something like this. You can use other tables environments to produce another tables. For example, more complicated tables. Yeah. You can color tables if you want by package Xcolor. You can use some crazy stuff like this if you want. I will not judge you, but you can. You can use a preamble for the table. You can, and this is an example of how code is produced. So Verbatim is just code as the code. Listing is code, but you can color it with some else set. And minted is a more beautiful stuff for us, I think. Yeah, and this is about comparison between them. And if you ever will need to make presentation like I do, you will have a lot of problems because you need to put LaTeX in LaTeX and ask LaTeX not to mark the code of LaTeX as executable code, but just to make it as lines to print it. And it's very difficult. You need to use fragile option on the slides, and you need to use bracket cprotect to make it all, to build it all and make it lots of other stuff. So if you someday will need to produce code with code, you can just use this presentation as a reference. So the head time is over. And we'll go to the next slides. We ask Peter to put them to Telegram. Again, level 1 is don't use the Papyria sign. You can use any picture from the internet, maybe with cat. I love pictures with cats, I think all of you. Please use one floating picture and some text for level 1. And for level 2, add a simple tabular. Don't miss this number of lines, so no lines there and double lines there. And use a smaller version of picture here. Don't please use the width or the height of the figure to make it. So please let's go, and as the previous time, you can raise your hand if you don't understand anything, and TS will help you. So use any picture you want from the internet. You also need to understand how to upload your picture to overleaf, but I hope you will understand, because there is just menu and upload file. The main problem, it may be appeared for you, is about the line use package, graphic 6. All packages are uploaded before begin document. If you if you have errors with use package, go to the begin document, see where other packages are uploaded. You use package font spec, you use package geometry, and add use package graphic X nearby. Don't put use package between begin document and end document. Yeah. The other problem you may appear if you just copy paste is a graphics path. Graphic path is a default location where LaTeX will search for the images. If your default location is the source root, you don't need graphic path. You need it only if you use some folder called images or another folder, and you put all images there and don't want to make to write this prefix at every images. Who is making level 2, notice the difference between level 1 and level 2. Level 1 and level 2, you see this is going to the left. Try to make it left bounded if you make it, if you done level 2, if you do making level 2. Who already done level 1 task? Please raise your hand. Who already done level 1 task? Okay, most of you. Who have problems with level 1 task? Please raise your hand. Anya, can you? Okay, сейчас. Петь, can you go to the man there? And who else has problems? Yeah, you, Piotr, go there. Anyone else? What's that? Okay, yeah, you're done? Okay, I'll done it for you and mention the most frequency errors. At first, let's upload. Давайте-ка сделаем вот это вот копировать. Вот это вот. Okay, guys, please look at the screen. I'll tell you the most frequency errors and you will understand what to do. The first error is to put use graphics there. Every package are loaded before begin document because they may affect the whole document. So you use package and put it to the rest of use packages. This package there. Second is graphics path. As it told, it's a path to graphic. So if in case I have a folder, for example, images, and I want to put my image there, then I can use graphics path not to write this prefix anytime. But in case you put your graphics to the root, you don't need graphics path. So lastly, you include graphics and that's called that it is working. Telegram. Compile. What? Telegram not found. Oh yeah, sorry. How it's called? Telegram. Yeah. Recompile. What it is? It's too old. Okay, yeah. Scale rights. About the extension, I told that extension is optional, so it's knows that it's Telegram. Extension is optional. And why I don't need to write like this images is because I set the path is images. Okay, this one. For level 2, someone was asked how to put image inside the text. It's as simple as like this. Text here. Text. Include graphics, just upload picture in the place where you asked it. So if there was text before, then you will see this text there. And the last thing that contains some problems is about floating. If I have figure, if I have some figure, it will put on center not by its magic. I told to put it, to make it center by begin center and end center. If I remove this or comment this out, this picture will go to the left. And all over, I can write it anything there too. It's not magic. It's put everything that you put inside begin figure and end figure to the screen. So do you have any questions about this exercise? Okay, questions 1. Yeah. Sorry, I don't get it. Where do you want? We want caption or you want in my example? Sure, okay, just a moment. I'll go to you and you'll show me. Okay, let's go further, and you already are excellent users. You already know how to put most of the LaTeX ideas together. You already know how to add text. You already know how to add images. You already know how to compile document. And this is basically all you need to some scientific research, except one thing. One but really brilliant thing, Pavel. And this thing is what makes LaTeX the most famous for abstract academia and for those people who use a lot of maths in their articles. And this is how we type math in LaTeX. And Pavel will tell you this part of the lecture.
I came here for math, I guess you did it too, and you can call for equation with 3 different procedures. First of all, you just put dollar signs and you get inline math formula. Double dollar signs get you separate line of formula, and you can use begin equation procedure. And if you will write your thesis in LaTeX, you will use this one the most because This way your equation will numerate automatically. And also you can add a label, a tag, like a name for equation, and then call for it and refer to it and say, as stored in equation 1 point blah blah blah, etc. Creator of LaTeX was once asked, why does he use dollar signs? And this is his response. Let's go to just simple formulas. First are indexes. And I have a question. How do you put indexes with multiple letters? Try it. I guess you already know that you get gibberish and you need to separate it in brackets. And can you do this? The hint is you need to apply indexes to something, but this something may be anything you want. It may be invisible, it may be non-existent. Okay, no one does it. You just need to apply it to just nothingness. Another formulas, fractions, roots, as you see, all roots in LaTeX are square. And I have advice. Do not use simple brackets like this because they will not adjust to your formula. Use left and right procedure. These brackets are adjustable, they are very clean and beautiful. Another advice, do not put text inside the mass procedure, otherwise your words will glue to each other. In order to get clean string of the text with the equation mixed with each other, you need to call for text inside it using hbox, or as always MS mass is installed in your LaTeX, you can use text and mbox. I use text, it's more clear for me. If you work with equations, you often have to copy it inside your work. And instead of just trying to type it yourself, you can use this. This is holy grail of LaTeX, and it, first of all, contains library of different symbols. And second, this is a neural network that can tell you which symbol is before your eyes. For simple alpha, it is simple, but if you get some tricky math symbol, you will not Google it, you will not find it in any book. Otherwise, you have no chance to find it. What do you mean try? Ah. Okay.
Смотри, что когда они все подняли голову, то и все.
Пальцем нарисуй. Okay, I believe you played enough with the LaTeX file. Let's go further. This is a tradition which our teacher insisted to put inside presentation, to use sign command, not sign brackets. Another commands, and if you have to put multiple equations or maybe a system of equations, you can of course go for array, but it is ugly, it is hard to write, it is, I don't like it. Instead, you can use, let's pretend it is not on slide, you can use IMS mass package and get cleaner and better system of equations. And let's try this. It's not a system equation, but you will try to tape them later. This is a task. It is pretty clear, but if you add additional text to these commands, you will get how they works in a better way. But they are pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead. More beautiful and interesting tasks await you at the end of this presentation. These are just another formulas. You can find them everywhere. Another formulas. These are pretty beautiful. And LaTeX is capable not of just typing text and mathematical expression. It also can render you chemical formulas, and it warms my heart. For example, you can find these chemical formulas in some databases of chemical compounds, or use other software just as ChemDraw to export some chemical structure to its formula and then import into LaTeX. And what you see is what you get. Is not about LaTeX, but you can use editor, online editor, which looks like Word, mathematical expressions editor, but is much more convenient. And also you can pay $5 for MathFix neural network, and you can turn screenshots, entire PDFs of LaTeX typing, and also even handwritten just equations into LaTeX. Yeah, we have a GIF of the process. Paying $5, you get 5,000 analyzes and turning of 500 pages of PDF into LaTeX. You get the idea. It is very fast and simple. Can I get presentation? Bigger brackets, smaller brackets, just entire Greek alphabet, more Greek alphabet, umlauts, and stuff for perfectionists. I was shocked, but you can tweak position of umlaut by pixels using skew command. You see, here it is on the left and here on the right. I don't know why. Changing the font, using different type of brackets, different type of, I do not know what is it, mathematical symbols, typing a matrix. And you see, using just vanilla LaTeX routine, you type these matrices in very harsh and uncomfortable way. But using user package and SMAS, you can do it very fast. These just are examples. Again, if you try to type text inside your math procedure, in LaTeX you will get glued words. Here is the same thing. You need to call for text separately using text command. Another example. Here are tasks. You need to do them. First are very simple. The last is hard nut. Hint for determining which symbol it is, you can use the Texify, or I can give a hint to you, it is O dot.
Don't hesitate to use slides material, read it wisely, and maybe there will be answers for questions you need. Who already done level 1 task? Level 1 task? Not all of you, okay. Who have problems with level 1 task? Okay, so not not all of you done, but no problems yet. Still try level 2. It's a bit trickier. The trickiest one is the owl. The owl is the trickiest one, but something like this is tricky too. I think we will wait another 7 minutes for all of you to done level 1 task and some of you done some of level 2 tasks, and then we will slow go to the end. So about 7 minutes to work. Okay, a minute for you to ask final questions by yourself. Then I'll highlight some two things that you may need to know, and we will go to the end. Guys, please look at the screen. Two things that you may need to know, and we don't accent of them. First thing is about how it's difference between such stuff and stuff with star. World SMS maps. Use package as MS Math наверняка такой package надо использовать. Да. Yeah, guys, difference between this stuff and this stuff may be seen in the picture to the right, and this is this part. If you make an equation with star or a line with star, then Tech will not produce a number nearby. It's how programmers make the comments, but it is not built in. It's just a thing that everyone rely on. So it's you can use when you have a program that produces some number. Usually you can use the modification with star, and it will not produce a number. You will see the stuff like this in the next lesson when we will be told about sections and subsections and so on. So the difference between equation and equation with star, that equation with star produce no number there, and equation without star produce number there. The second thing you was asked is how to make this big slash. To make big slash, let's start further. If you have brackets, you will do something like this. Compile and a big bracket there. You see a big bracket. But you can make something like this. And there will be a bracket to the left, but no brackets to the right. Or something like this to make it more convenient. But the final step, that if you don't need anyone in the left, you can put a dot. And it will produce such stuff. Well, about the all, it produced by, how it's produced by, I will tell you. About the all, it produced something like this. Well, everything you need to know is the symbols, but this is hard to understand. Okay, we'll go to the end. We'll go to the end right now. My magic hat will be on this. Okay. At first, Паш, давай сейчас надо потихоньку закругляемся. At first, let's remind that there are some difference between LaTeX and regular writing text. You already know that in LaTeX will ignore multiple spaces if you have one spaces. You already know that LaTeX will ignore the single page break, but the second page break will give you a new paragraph. And the last thing you need to know is that LaTeX will use some symbols as the special symbols. And sometimes you need to escape it, to break it. To escape it, to write the regular ones. Let's us name these symbols and understand what they are responsible for. The percentage, what's the symbol for in LaTeX? How percentage is used in LaTeX? Comment, yeah. Next one, tilde. Yeah, space, non-breakable space, if we're sure, ampersand. You saw it today. Table, yeah. Backslash. Comment. Bracket. Start of group. The end bracket is the end of group. Underscore. Low index. Head. High index. $. Maths. And the tricky one. You don't know it. It's a param from macros creation that will be learned by you at the third and the fourth lecture. If you want to escape it, you need to use one of the stuff, and we will understand in depth about text mode and math mode at the third lecture, but still you already may see that the type of text you can write in the text mode and the type of text you can write in math mode are separate from each other. And one symbols are the same, but another symbols are different. What we have learned all the bases. We understand what the LaTeX is and why to write it. We understand the concept of not what you see is what you get editor. We understand that there are some preamble and some document. And we mastering the base. We mastering the text writing. We mastering how to input some stuff, especially how to input graphics. And we mastering how to add braces. Obviously, LaTeX is very big, and you see that we have more than 100 slides, but it's still much more than this. And obviously, you need to see these presentations again when you will have to write your own articles and your own presentations. So this is not supposed to be full mastered by these 3 hours. But still, we hope that we will give you at least some understanding of how LaTeX works and how to make simple stuff. The next lesson will be about creating documents. You will understand how to structure it and how to refer to the indexes you saw at the presentation. About tasks, I want you to, we will create an assignment in Canvas, and I want you to upload the PDF that is in your overleaf to this canvas just to check that you was not lazy all this day and you do something. I see that some of you left in this PDF all of tasks. Some of you erased the task before and you have only the latest task, but it's okay for now. Just upload PDF that you have. We will make assignment later today. Also, we will give you this presentation today too, maybe, yeah, today. And distribution, this will be uploaded to GitHub. It is not uploaded yet. And maybe if everything will be great, I will upload the video lecture to YouTube or to Telegram in case you don't have YouTube now, because you know. The last things I want to ask you is a really quick feedback. Please raise your hand for 1 for 5. The first one is was all I will tell was really hard. It was too difficult to understand, and I was just floating and don't understand anything. 5, it was okay, and I understand everything, and I will get it. So from 1, when it was too hard to understand, 5, it is okay. Please raise your hand, just quick feedback. Okay, quick feedback. 1 is too hard to understand. 5, it's okay, and I understand most of the things. Okay, so I see that it was, for most of you it was okay, but not for all of you, okay. And another quick feedback. First, I know all the stuff that was told there, and 5, this was new for me, and this was informative for me. 1, I was know all of it, and 5, it was information for me, I don't know it. Okay, so I see that most of you is okay with this temp. For those of you who say that it's too easy, don't be bored. The next lecture will increase the level. Okay, the second lecture will be the same level, but the 3rd, 4th, and 5th will increase in the level. For those of you who it's hard for you, I see that you exist. Well, I can just ask you to ask your question for us in Telegram or in person tomorrow. We really want you to understand, but please ask the questions or just come to us again, say that you don't understand anything, and we will try to help you. Okay? So that's all for today. Thanks you, and see you tomorrow.